And you raised an interesting point about the Balenciaga thing. Dominique, what? So he did defend them. And meanwhile, this organization that's paid him, that's paid his wife, but they dumped him in the wake of his earlier anti-Semitic comments. He's defending them despite the fact that they're actually pushing child pornographic-like images in their latest ad campaign, for which now they apologize, but clearly they were the ones who approved it.
Yeah, clearly they were the ones that approved it. Now, there's media reports about a $25 million lawsuit for the production company. I think it's called Group 6. But at the end of the day, there are extremely senior figures at Balenciaga that would have had to approve this campaign. And, you could perhaps deny culpability if it was just one incident, but there are several repeated ongoing references to child abuse, child torture, child pornographic material littered all throughout the campaign. Balenciaga's main stylist, she's called Lotta Vovoka. She locked her Instagram page, but if you just have a quick clickety-click on her Instagram page, you can find a host of disturbing, sick images, all featuring children, satanic ritual abuse, rituals, blood, teddy bears, which featured in the campaign. Bunny rabbits also featured in the campaign. She was also pictured with Kanye West, actually. So it's obvious where these ideas came from. So for them to just act like this was some, attempt to defame them or make them look bad by random photographers or production companies, I think is a complete fallacy. Gladly, though, nobody is letting them get away with this, although I am noticing in the press of nice stories aimed at making Kim Kardashian look like she hasn't completely sold her soul to Balenciaga. We know that's the case, but there you go, that's Hollywood. When it comes to false accusations of racism, they'll scream and shout, but when it comes to actual child pornographic material and references to child abuse, they'll turn a blind eye, and you'll have people, even like Kanye West, coming out and defending them and still wearing their clothes after the controversy has gone full-blown and viral on social media.
Yes, the lawsuit that Balenciaga has filed against the people who put together the one ad campaign, they're not denying that the one showing the little 4-year-old girls with the BDSM teddy bears and the cocktail glasses around them and all of the chains and collars and all that, they're not denying that they're responsible for that. It's one showing a purse, a handbag that I guess was both Adidas and Balenciaga made or inspired. And behind that purse is child pornography decision from the U.S. Supreme Court and a book that features what, it's not actual, but what appears to be castrated toddlers covered in blood behind it. Nice ad for your handbag. So they're claiming, we didn't know in that one that that's what you did. But my team was searching and found a Vice article from 2016 that quotes the creative director who's at issue here. Demna is his last name, and Lotta, the woman you mentioned, she hasn't been with him since 17, but she was with them then. He says, quote, "Someone wrote that Lotta, the stylist, Gosha, who's the designer, and I grew up on child pornography and radiation from Chernobyl, which is why we're so fucked up." Denma laughs. In this Vice article, this was their thing. They knew that it was so obvious it was being identified by people in the fashion industry well prior to right now. It just got worse and worse and worse until the mainstream people who don't pay attention to fashion and its images saw what they saw and said, "Oh my God, what have you done?" But they've been getting away with this for years, Eva.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. Obviously, this was highly intentional. Like you said, the Supreme Court case, the tape where it said Baal with double A, the reference to the demon who they sacrificed children to, all of this. I don't believe for a second that this slipped anyone's view. This was all highly intentional, but they went too far. The people now saw it for what it is. But obviously these types of people, the two individuals that we just mentioned, but in general, Hollywood, pop culture, a lot of pop stars flirt with all sorts of satanic rituals and ideas. So this one just crossed the line for too many people. It was too out in the open. The devil wears Balenciaga is now a fact. That's something that nobody can deny. But I think it's a good thing that for once, at least, Hollywood is still very, very quiet, obviously. But that in general, ordinary people now see what's going on here, what type of sinister and sick people are behind this. Because even if it's not graphic, child pornography, it's obviously something that glorifies it, or at least hints towards it and flirts with it and promotes it. And if you don't stop there and say, no, we're not doing this in any way, shape, or form, then I don't think that we have a society that you can call a civilization. That's where you should draw the absolute line.
Yeah, it's not hard to speak out against this. And it's not hard. Kim Kardashian does not need to reevaluate her relationship with Balenciaga. There's nothing to reevaluate. You have all the facts you need. You just don't give a shit. That's the truth. That's what's happened. She wants to be adorned in their dresses, and she wants the money from the deal. And it doesn't matter how much money she already has or how many dresses she can afford without them. It's a vanity play for her. And not to mention Nicole Kidman and Bella Hadid, who are featured in the ad. Nicole is in the latest ad campaign, hasn't said a word. Imagine buying an Italian sports car or your dream house for less than $1 a day. Well, now you can own an X chair. And that is the office chair that I personally use, not to mention Abby. And it's arguably the finest office chair in the world for just $20 a month. Yes, for less than $1 a day, you can own something that is going to make the hours spent at your desk 1,000 times more comfortable and productive. Not only do I love my office chair, my X chair, but I've given one of these to a couple of people, including there's a contractor at my house, absolutely loves it. From the moment I first sat down in my X chair, I immediately felt the difference. Trust me, once you sit down in an X chair, you're going to understand. There's an X chair for every style and every budget. They even offer built-in massage and heating and cooling. Love that. And all for less than $1 a day. Check out the options and their amazing financing plans too at xchairmk.com. That's the letter X, chairmk.com. No other chair can compare to the wonderful X chair. Go to xchairmk.com now. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.